exciting. You might have seen a lot of key information on the video as well. One of them is the most sunniest city we talk about. So now let's quickly see where is Calgary. It is in Alberta, and Calgary is the largest city of Alberta. Now, if we look at how it is located, we definitely can see it is ideally located where Calgary connects to the west and east of Canada and is the closest to the major cities of US as well. And also, don't forget that there is a direct passenger flight to 86 cities worldwide. And also, 75% of Alberta's cargoes are dealt by Calgary UICC. So that is the most exciting part as well. So it is really, really one of the prime locations. If we talk a little bit of Calgary now, we call it the city of opportunities, endless opportunities down there, and it is the future for our students. Why we say it is the future? Number one, friendliest city in the world. It's based on 2023 ranking. So number one, friendliest city. And we talked about its second most livable city in North America and its world's top 10 most livable city. And one other thing we all talk about in Canada, it's cold. Where is the sun? Here is the sun. 330 days of sunshine in Calgary. So student doesn't need to be worried about where is the sun. So they will be, seeing sun all over the time. Now, that's another bit as well, that it is most diverse city as well. So it is third most diverse city with 120 languages spoken. So that's really, really one of the massive where we can see how migration friendly the city is and how diverse the city is. And cost of living. We know that the next question is, what is the cost of living? It is second lowest cost of living as well, and highest GDP per capita in Canada in 2021. And the migration. Of course, if we see the average, 32% migrate in all industry, but in few industries, it's actually 46%. So it's close to 50%, you can see as well. So in industries like manufacturing, food, and few health sector as well, is 46% up to. And also now, Canada is known as Heart of the West. One other thing I would like to mention about Alberta as well, that Alberta is Canada's the largest oil and gas producer. 80% of Canada's total oil and gas is actually produced in Alberta. And Calgary is known as corporate oil capital of Canada too as well. So don't forget, that is another really one of the exciting bit as well. Plus, if we talk about the corporate companies, more than 100 corporate offices is in Calgary, where more than 700 startup businesses down there as well. We will tell you why the more companies are interested because of tax rate as well. We'll come back to that. Also, if I talk about the financial sector, 7 of the world top 10 banks and 7 of the world top 10 investment banks are in Calgary as well. So it is limitless opportunities down there. Now, if we move to the next page, which is the University of ULethbridge. So University of ULethbridge is one of the Canada's leading research universities, where we can see some stat as well. The key information over here is we can see the Calgary campus is one of the growing one, and at the same time, the co-op opportunities are there. I know a student wants to see that as well, whether the co-op opportunities are there. It is. Plus, more than 1,000 students, international students from 90 different countries. So that's one of the interesting bit for students as well. They will be keen to know how diverse it is. Plus the employability rate, 94.8% employability rate down there. And also the Dillon Business School is AACSB accredited, because yes, some student wants to know how well ranked the business school is. It is accredited as well by AACSB. Now the next bit is all about how we can break the barrier for UICC. Once again, UICC is located in Calgary, downtown Calgary. So it is really the prime location as well. Plus, you have seen the tower as well. The tower, which is 191 meters, is just 10 minutes away, and it is the vibrant facilities, vibrant city as well. And one other thing is there is a central library, which is really famous in Canada, which got 240,000 square feet of functional space, which is just 5 minutes away from the campus. So students will be able to see that campus as well. Will be able to see that, use the library as well. Plus, we will talk about more about the tuition fees. You'll hear more, but remember, this is more affordable living and tuition fees. We talked about living as well. And one of the key thing is smaller classroom, the support students gonna get. And also, as we said, these co-op opportunities, we call it career relevant work integrated learning opportunities. So it is endless opportunities. Once again, I keep using this. You will be using that as well by end of the presentation. Now, I'd like to invite Sharla to go through our UICC model and academic courses and programs as well. Sharla, over to you, please.
Thanks, Abul. We're really excited to be able to offer students a variety of educational opportunities at UICC. Upon completion of the final year of the high school program in whatever country the student's studying in, they can have the opportunity to apply. And we have both a university stage program for foundation level, so kind of for equivalent of grade 12, or students who struggled a little bit in high school, and that will be determined upon the admissions review, or what we call UTP stage 2, which is the equivalent of the first year of university with additional wraparound supports. And then the students will go directly into their second year of study at the university and complete their bachelor's degree. Now, the students will be able to take the degree fully in Calgary, even though the University of Lethbridge has another campus in Lethbridge City. But the students will be able to complete the entire degree in Calgary. If they choose to move to Lethbridge, they have that option as well, but the programs are fully available in Calgary. The program that we are launching with today is the Bachelor of Management. So this is in the Dillon School of Business, which is a very important business school that is accredited in Canada. We have a number of majors available within the Bachelor of Management: accounting, finance, general management, human resource management, and labor relations and marketing. These are the core ones that are offered in Calgary. If students are interested in other types of majors that are available within the business faculty, those are also available in Lethbridge. So for example, Indigenous governance, computer science, economics management, international management, and political science are all majors within the business school in Lethbridge, which is sometimes unique to have something like computer science or political science be actually majors within the business school. So this is a really unique offering that we're able to offer at the University of Lethbridge. The computing science, I think there'll be a lot of questions about what that means. And so the students who want to do their computer science major within the School of Business, they will take business courses, and they will also take some core computer courses. And really that degree is designed for them to be able to manage a tech company or a tech firm, so that they're able to speak to the technical side of the company and also manage the business side. And so really it makes them multifaceted and really able to embrace the entrepreneurial spirit of Calgary and other opportunities around the world. It is a very unique degree, and I think it'd be an interesting option for a lot of students. The same with the political science. They would take political science classes as well as the management classes, which gives them a unique perspective on governance. So I think there's some really unique options available in the Dillon School of Business, and we look forward to seeing which ones your students are interested in pursuing. So the UTP Stage 1 program is set up to be 2 semesters and 8 courses. So the students will take 4 courses each semester. There is a jump rule, which is a common element that we offer for admission for students who are in Stage 1. And happy to discuss that if there's any questions about it. But students who are doing very well will be able to jump and only take 4 of the UTP 1 courses and then proceed to Stage 2. So there'll be a lot of flexibility in Stage 1 for students. Stage 2 will be 3 semesters. They'll take 10 courses, and the progression requirement to go from the program at UICC to year 2 at the university will be a cumulative GPA of 2.5 on a 4.0 scale. There is going to be a prerequisite of math for enrollment, but the math is not required for the letter of offer. So if you have students who maybe haven't taken math in the last year of high school, a little rusty on math, they don't have to worry. They can get admission to a business program, and then we will help them with the math pre-arrival and upon arrival. And it's a prerequisite, not an admissions requirement. So we'll be able to help the students navigate that without them worrying about their admissions being impacted. And so we're really excited to be able to support students who maybe are needing a little bit of extra help getting caught up on the math. The first intake for students into the business school will be September 2024. We're very excited. At UICC, we will have a lot of academic support. We will have drop-in sessions available for all of the core courses, tutorials like an economics tutorial, accounting tutorial, tutorials that will match the academic subjects that the students are taking to make sure that they're getting all the support they need on that academic transition. All of the instructors will hold office hours, and so that's 1 hour a week where instructors are available drop-in for the students to ask any questions or get any doubts erased, prepare for tests, get to know their teachers, ask for career advice, pretty much anything the student needs. These are mandated hours that the instructors have to be available for students. There will also be peer support and volunteering, lots of opportunities for students to get involved. Mentorship programs, clubs, leadership groups, peer tutoring, a lot of things that you would see at most university campuses. The unique thing about UICC is the location in the core of downtown Calgary means that our volunteering opportunities and our connection to the community will be an integral part of our program. Students will be in the community every day, volunteering at the local library, volunteering with big organizations at fundraisers, volunteering with things like the Calgary Stampede, and really becoming part of the community and building their network that will help them throughout their entire time in Canada. And being so involved in the community from the day they arrive is something really unique we're going to be able to offer due to this location and the type of university and the type of program. So we're really excited to see the students become an important part of the fabric of the downtown core. Co-op is a really important part of any business program and a really important part of the Dillon School of Business as well. We're really lucky in Calgary to have kind of the core financial institutions having major presences in Calgary. So Toronto Dominion Bank, HSBC, the Bank of Montreal, all have major centers set up in Calgary due to the type of economic environment that's there. So there's a lot of really great opportunities for students in co-op. And the co-op students' salaries after graduation are about 22% higher than non-co-op students. So we really will be promoting co-op to all students, whether they choose to do 1 term or 12 months of co-op. There are opportunities for them to do both international opportunities or stay in Calgary to do their co-op terms. But the salaries and the opportunities in Calgary are really second to none. And it's a really exciting opportunity for students to put the theory they're learning in the classroom to work in a real life setting.
Thanks, Shala.
And as soon as they have that degree and they've walked across the stage and graduated, they're going to be looking for jobs. And the Bachelor of Business Management is a degree that prepares them for a numerous type of jobs in Calgary. They'll be looking for things ranging from business analyst through to strategic planning, forecasting, account manager. It's a really strong generalist degree that then has some opportunities for majors and allows them even more specific careers. We just wanted to highlight too, kind of that note about Calgary being a magical place for Canada and the economic development for students and their families. A job in Canada, the 0 to 5 years experience, average salary is about $73,000. In Alberta, it's about 20% higher in Calgary, so $87,000. So really important little tidbits for you to think about when you're selling UICC.
Thank you very much, Shala. Thanks for the exciting information and all the career opportunities as well. So it's very exciting. As you can see, the average salary and then the opportunities, co-op opportunities down there as well, which is exciting. Now, I'd just like to quickly go through a little bit about the economic opportunities down there as well. So if we look at the corporate tax rate, we know Alberta has the lowest rate as well. So there is no provincial tax as well. It's only 5% GST. And also when we talk about the corporate tax, it's just 8%. So that's what I was talking a little bit, that more than 100 corporate offices are down there. And many other companies are really interested to be in Calgary. This is one of the reasons as well. The tax rate is really low. So that's another thing for students as well, that when they're earning, when there is a income tax as well, all those are very much like lower than any other province as well. So that's one of the really important things. Plus, it's top 25 affordable for housing worldwide. And moreover, when we were talking about a little bit about migration friendly as well, that is one other thing we come back about the average hourly salary as well, which is 32.05. So that is also very much exciting as well, and strong job market down there. So don't forget, Calgary is the opportunity. So that's what we have been talking about. Now, I know you have heard about Calgary, you have heard about UICC, about the courses as well. Now, I'm sure you'd be interested to know more about our academic requirements. So in terms of our academic requirements, it's pretty straightforward. You will see individually by country the requirements on our website. But globally, if we talk about O-level, so it's 3 academic passes, or it's A-level 2D as well, or if we want to mix with AS, then 4 AS subjects in D as well. So it is more like competitive with all our other Canadian partners as you are working with. So you can see the entry requirements will be more close by. And at the same time, there is a math requirement. But as Sharla mentioned, if student doesn't have math, student can still apply and get offer as well. If we move it to our English requirement, you will see there is a different English exams we are accepting, but you can see over here, it's IELTS, which is 5.5 for direct entry. If student goes for integrated entry, it's 5. We also accept PT, TOEFL, Duolingo, and Pearson version test as well. There is many more on our website. If you have anything except this list, please check on our website, or we can give you further details. You can come back to us. And today, if you have any question, please feel free to put it on our Q&A section as well. We'll go through those at the end. Now, we know that your students, let's say they're interested for Calgary, they're interested with the subject, they're academically qualified. The next thing is tuition fees. Remember, I have been talking about it is affordable. Now, let's see why. The tuition fees for UTP Stage 2 is only $22,369. So just above 22,000, and UTP Stage 1 is just below 20,000. So that's the affordability. So we talked about affordability with the tuition fees plus living costs. We talked about its second lowest as well. And now I know the next question would be scholarship. So before we go to the scholarship, there is another thing we need to I want to quickly mention. The minimum deposit will be $13,500. There will be 1 semester student fees and medical insurance. The further details will be on letter of offer as well. But if you need further breakdown, please feel free to reach me as well. We can assist further, but minimum deposit is $13,500. Now the scholarship, UTP Stage 2, the early bird scholarship is $2,000. Student will get $2,000 if they accept and pay the minimum deposit by 30th of June. So we still have enough time to get the students, get them paid, and secure the $2,000 scholarship, which will reduce the tuition fees to $20,369 for UTP Stage 2. There is a requirement that student, this scholarship will be credited in their second and third term, 1,000 each. So that's the scholarship. Now, quickly about accommodation. I know the next one is accommodation. How expensive is it? So for the accommodation, it needs to be private accommodation at this moment. So student can go to our website, search for those private accommodation providers as well, or they can search online in different places. We just want to give you a little bit of idea that homestay starts from 900 per month, but it also depends where students are living, depends on the area, depends on how they are finding their accommodation as well at the sharing. So those bit can actually reduce or increase the accommodation, but this is just an idea. Also, the private accommodation can be ranged from 800 to 1800, which is based on one bed flat, but it can be differ as well how students accommodation how students are choosing their accommodation options. So these are the accommodation options. Now the next bit is most exciting. I know a lot of time our students are a little bit confused with diploma versus bachelor degree. I know worldwide, in many cases, students are choosing diploma because sometimes it's because of the duration, thinking of return on investment of their studies, and thinking that it will be quicker. However, let's see the comparison. Will it be quicker? Because I want all of you today to understand and go through these details so that you can also talk to your students. Are they going to the right track by choosing diploma, or should they go for the bachelor degree? So obviously, I will compare it with UICC Calgary. Now, let's talk about it. First thing is cost. Students are often going to choose diploma because they're thinking it's cost-wise is cheaper. Now, let's think this way. In a lot of diploma providers, that on average, if we think the tuition fees is 16,000, our tuition fees after scholarship is 20,390. It's just 4,000 above for the whole year. If I divided it by per month, it's about $350 per month they have to spend more. So that's in terms of the cost, is not that expensive when they think that they're saving money. They're not saving a big amount as well. And also, don't forget that a lot of times students are choosing cities like, let's say, Toronto, Vancouver, those major cities where the living cost is a little bit expensive than Calgary. So if we look at let's say as an example, Toronto, the rent and living cost could be 18,000, where in Calgary, on average yearly is 10,200. So they're paying 8,000 more in the living as well. So that is one thing I really want students to think, that whether I am paying more or whether I'm saving money. Thinking of only tuition fees will not actually serve the overall purpose, because they have to think about living costs as well. And also they have to think about earning opportunities. We have talked about earning opportunities as well, that hourly it's on average $35 as well. So that's also they need to consider. The next one is after graduation, of course, they will think about salary. We talked about a little bit about about the salary for new entrant 0 to 5 years as well. You have seen it's 20% higher than any other city as well. But if we look at a little bit more depth, the salary of a diploma graduate on average, it will be around 48,750. Where if they completed bachelor degree, we showed it could be 87,900, which is 80% higher. That's where the return on investment for students. Because we all are studying, some students are studying because they are thinking of their future, thinking of what job they can do. That's where the massive difference is. Also, the second one is their post-study work permit. So in diploma, it's only 2 years. Here is 3 years. The final one, PR. I know a lot of students think of PR, but also they need to consider that whether they're getting enough points to get the PR. So if we look at the CRS ranking, the express entry 2 years diploma only gave 98 points, where the 4 years diploma gives 120 points. And also if we look at the FSW, Federal Skilled Worker ranking, PR ranking as well, point as well, it's 19 points for completing diploma, but bachelor is 21 points. So remember, for PR, every point is very important because students are losing PR for 1 point. So that is one really important thing I really wanted to share today, that students are choosing diploma thinking that it's cheaper, it's quicker, their return on investment would be higher, but actually it is not. If you think deeply, if you think about cost, if you think about their salary, PR opportunities, they should think about bachelor degree. So today I wanted to highlight this to all of you so that you can also explain to students. Once again, if you have further queries, if you need to talk about this further, please let me know. So that is our comparison I wanted to show to all of you. Now we are coming to almost at the end. It's our commitment. It's open today. So just after this session, if you would like to submit your application, please feel free, submit your application. It's open today. And our aim to respond within 3 working days. So it will be quicker as well once you submit your application. Now, how to submit application? That is on StudyLink. So you just need to go to our website, uicc.ca. You will see apply now button. Excuse me. Apply now button on your top right. Click on that. I just want to highlight that we're still working on agent access on StudyLink. If you cannot find it at this moment, you can submit as student as well and let us know. We will tag it to your agency name as well. If you cannot find it, please let us know. We'll be happy to help as well. But the UICC is up now. You can submit the application, get the offer. And as we say, if you submit as direct, we will tag it to your agency as well. You just need to let us know. That is us. So admissions is open today. Now, quickly, I just want to go through our next process. Sorry, excuse me. The next one is quiz. So quiz will be next week. The reason we set it up a week after so that you can do your research and you can be the winner. So the winner will be awarded with $500 Canadian Amazon voucher. So that is really waiting for you. So you have a week to go through those, do a little bit more research on UICC, ULethbridge, Calgary, and all those details will be there. So hints to be the winner is this presentation slide, UICC website, all those details, questions will be from there. And also, it's not, after this presentation, I will share this presentation slide, and also I will share the link for the quiz, which would be next week. Now, it's not only one winner will be awarded. We will also choose 4 other winners to give this exciting pack. There will be 5 items in each pack. So 4 other winners will get this pack, which is ULethbridge branded merchandise, will be shifted to your office. So we will select 5 winners. Top winner will get $500 worth of Amazon voucher, and other 4 will get this exciting pack. This is end of my presentation. We are at the end. I would love to hear more from you. Now it's question and answer session. Please feel free to ask as many questions as you have. Me, Charla, and Livia will try to answer all those and try to address those. If you cannot do it, you can also email us as well. And also, if you have any question, you can email me, you can email info@. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. I hope you all are excited as well as like me. Just before finishing, I would like to say once again, Calgary is the next future and got limitless, endless opportunities. So it's your chance to apply for UICC for your students. Thank you once again. Let's go through the questions now. I think the first question I can see is how many years study gap accepted after grade 12. Now, in terms of study gap, it is standard throughout all our Canadian institutions. If student has some study gap, they need to submit the evidence. There is no specific years that 1 year or 2 years or 3 years we can accept. Student needs to justify what they have been doing, and admission team will assess it and make sure that those justifications are valid. So that is another good news. Now there is another question that do you have any gap and how much is maximum? So same as gap, as I mentioned, That is the gap account, a gap justification as well. And the next one is, do you have a block account? Now, in terms of block account, if you meant by SDS, yes, student can submit through SDS as well. At this moment, yes, there is another question about business courses. Yes, we do offer only business at this moment. However, please keep watching. We may need to start, we may come back with different courses as well, but don't forget there is different majors which student can go through as well. I think there's most of the questions are about study gap, which I have answered as well. And if there is anything, there's one other question is like, please confirm if conditional application is accepted on pursuing grade 12. Yes, student can apply. There will be a conditional offer as well. And if student has any post-secondary studies as well, that can be considered. However, admission team will assess it. If they have more than 2 GPA, it may need to refer back to University of ULethbridge. So remember one thing, that if student has post-secondary studies and more than GPA more than 2, we may need to refer it to university because student may qualify directly. However, if student wants to go through UICC, student needs to complete the disclaimer and also inform us why. There is another question about predicted score, same as all our Canadian institutions. Yes, they can submit, they can get the offer, and of course, the actual, the official grades needs to be submitted before enrollment. There is one more question that please confirm if conditional application is accepted on appearing English proficiency test. Once again, yes. So we are very flexible. We are very much with you as well. Now, the study gap, the question, I can see we have answered that as well. There's another question that if student is coming from English speaking country that require English test. No, that is also, it also says on our website as well, English speaking country, but what was their previous qualification? If they completed O-level, based on their O-level English result, it can be exempted. So once again, those details are on our website. As an example, if they have completed, as I said, O-level English or any other qualifications based on their English grade, we can consider. So it's on our website as well. There is another question about what is the requirement of co-op program. I believe that there is no other specific requirement for co-op, but Sharla, do you mind to assist me over here?
Students will need to take like a course in building a resume, preparing for interview. They will need to actively engage in the process and connect with the co-op advisor at the beginning of their second year of study to prepare for the co-op experience. But other than that, it's really encouraged for all students to participate.
Thanks, Sharla. I hope that answered the question. Thanks to Ratna Dai for your questions as well. Asif, there is a question, any master's degree are available? Not at this moment. We will get back to you. If there's anything comes up, there could be some exciting news, we'll let you know. There is one other question about its cost of study mathematics course as additional subject. Yes, there is. If the student needs to take the additional subject, student will need to pay that math subject as well. But once again, as Sharla mentioned, that there will be placement test. If student can actually demonstrate that student has enough math skills and knowledge, then student can skip that as well. And yes, there is another question about if student doesn't have math in 12, will they receive conditional offer? Yes. So that is one thing we were saying, that there is a math requirement, but it doesn't mean that student cannot apply, cannot get the offer. Student will get the offer. The math placement test will be, student will need to take math placement test just before the enrollment. So yes, that's options are there. Nana, there is one question about turnaround time. Yes, we said the turnaround time 3 working days. We are actually trying to be a little bit faster than that. So exciting. One other question about open board is accepted. Yes, it's case by case. Please submit it. We are working on it. It will be on consideration list as well. So There is questions about conditional offer. Once again, yes, we do. There is a question about defer and refund process. So defer and refund process will be followed as per our standard all North American colleges. So yes, if student defer more than 3, they need to submit the application once again more than 3rd time. And also the refund process will be as it is, which is $500 if they get the visa rejection, if they haven't enrolled and got the visa rejection. So $500 will be that admin fees. Now, there is a question about backlog, so which is once again, I believe about the study gap. So there is no certain requirement. If student wants, they just need to submit, you need to submit the application and give us the justification what they have been doing. Now, the custodian question, yes, if student is less than 18, they need the custodian. So that's really, really good question. Thank you very much for the question. So what is the age requirement over here? For UICC, student needs to turn 17 by end of their 1st semester. So that is the age requirement. But if they're below 18 in Alberta, they need the custodianship. So yes. That's the next question. What is the application fees? Exciting. There is no application fees, 0. So there is no application fees. You can apply as well. The next question, once again, no master's degree program at this moment. No, unfortunately, but as I say, keep an eye. Some exciting news may come. Please stay tuned with us. There is another question. Can a student study a double major under business? So we started calling about there is a major, there is a minor student can select. So we talked about those majors, but within that major as well, let's say student wants to take a minor as well. I did major in marketing. I want to do minor in accounting. That is possible. So minor is like 6 credits, so they can take that credits as well. How to enroll for the quiz? You don't need to enroll. There is nothing. I will just share you the link to join on 24th. It will be around this time. So on 24th, you will just need to join, and then we'll start the exciting quiz. It will be only 30-minute session. So if you can, I know you all are busy, will be busy. If you can just join, that would be great. Now the next question is about hospitality program and engineering program. Unfortunately, we don't have those at this moment. It's business management, as we said, but there are majors as well. What is the lowest IELTS requirement for UTP stage 1? As we said, direct entry for UTP stage 1 or 2, it's IELTS 5.5. If student wants to go for integrated entry as well, it will be 5. And it is overall requirement. So overall 5.5, overall 5. There is no specific band requirements over here. Now, there is a question about, can we share all the questions, all those presentation on over email? Yes, we will share those. And don't forget, this session is also recorded as well. We can also share the recording. Now, there is a question about Pakistani student. Do we accept Pakistani student? Absolutely, yes. We do. We do accept Pakistani students as well. Now I can see there is questions about agent changing policy. Definitely, it will be same standard policy. If student wants to change the agent before accepting offer, they need to follow the same process of all our other Canadian colleges, which is student needs to submit the agent change request, and our admission team will verify it and will process it. Once again, the question is, what is the requirement of age in 12 and IELTS requirement? As I said, it's student needs to turn 17 by end of their 1st semester, and IELTS is overall 5.5 for the direct entry, so which is very exciting as well. Now, there is a question about, can you please confirm percentage requirement in 12 for core subjects? So once again, it depends on the country. So if you can kindly visit our website, choose the country, you will see the specific requirement by the country as well. What is the tuition deposit? As I mentioned, is 13,500 is the minimum deposit student needs to pay to get the LOA. I can see the questions about work right at UTP stage 2. Unfortunately, no, but student can when they move to the university. So there is a few questions about direct entry program. how about direct entry program? So direct entry program, if you talk about UTP stage 1 or 2, it is direct entry, means it's just student doesn't need the extra additional English courses as well. The next question I can see, may I know the requirement of core subjects? So once again, the entry requirements are on our website. So if you can kindly visit and choose the country, that would be great. The next one is September 2024 intake open? Absolutely. So you can submit your application today. As I said, if you face any difficulties on study link, please submit as direct student. We will tag it to your agency because we're still working on those background on the study link part, but you can submit definitely. So this question about can I repeat the 12 percentage requirement? Once again, as I said, it will be country by country. So I don't know which country or which qualification we're talking about. To be country by country. So if you can submit, that would be great. Now the next question is, can we accept 10+3 diploma? Once again, as I mentioned, please submit that application. Our admission team will pass it through the university. But once again, I just want to remind, we are very flexible. Our entry requirement is very much flexible as well. So please submit, our admission team will assess it. Now, the math requirement question, once again, I can see a couple of math requirement question. As I mentioned, math is not required for the application. They can apply, they can get the offer. Math, if student didn't fulfill the math or didn't have math before, student can sit for the math placement test. It's not that we will not accept, we will accept. They'll sit for the math placement test. Pass or fail, as I said, they will need to take additional math course if they don't get the required score on the math placement test, but it is available as well. Now, another question I can see, student who completed HSC in 2020, can they apply? Definitely. So as I said, we don't have any specific gap requirements. We just need to know what student is doing or will be doing until September 24. If student can provide the valid explanation, definitely we can accept that as well. There is a question about math placement test fees. There is no fee to sit for the math placement test. So student will be able to sit for math placement test. Now there is a question about this very important question. Can we confirm, can we accept UTP stage 1 for Indian student? Yes, we can. So please submit the application. We will consider that as well. I can see there's a lot of questions. Once again, the questions coming for master's program. As I said, we don't have anything at this moment, but we will get back. Now, one other question is, if students have done bachelor, can they apply again for bachelor as a second degree? Unfortunately, no, they should be qualified direct entry to the university. So if they already completed bachelor degree, then we cannot accept for the second bachelor. The other question about is IELTS requirement for Nigeria? Yes, if they will. However, if they qualify the English requirement with their previous English, then they don't. So once again, if you can just visit our website to see which qualification test student has set for, students should be able to fulfill our requirements. Naina, there is a good question about every student get a chance to take co-op opportunities. Yes. So every student will have opportunities to take the co-op. And students who get UTP stage 1, no, there is no work right for UTP stage 1. UTP 2 as well, similar, but when they progress, then yes. What is the difference between UTP stage 1 and 2 program? Very good question, Anna. Very good question as well. UTP stage 1 is well known as foundation globally. So as an example, student completed O-level or completed A-level, but the result is not, the student cannot fulfill our UTP stage 2 requirement, then they can do UTP stage 1, which is 8 months, 2 semester. And stage 2 is equivalent to university first year. So when they complete stage 2, they can go to directly to the second year of the university. I can see one other question is about English requirements. So I'm just going back to the English slide just to show that what is our English requirements. Once again, there is a PTE question about PTE and IELTS. So that is our IELTS requirement. So once again, when we say direct entry, so it could be UTP stage 1 or 2. So as an example, student completed O-level. If they have C grade, they fulfill our English requirement. Or IELTS 5.5 as I said. But if student cannot fulfill, they need to go to the integrated program, which they need to take one additional modules, which costs just above $4,000. They need to pay for the integrated program. However, they go for integrated or direct, the minimum deposit is still $13,500. And the PT requirement is 46. It is all overall requirements, so we don't have individual bands, so they can go for overall as well. And in few countries, we also can conduct the Pearson version English test. If they want to sit for that, that is overall 50 we require. Now there is another question about what about visit for Canada visa refusal case, can you apply? Definitely, if students do not have any ban or do not have any specific other requirement or restriction during previous refusal, they can definitely apply. Our team will assess it. So what is the difference between, as I said, direct and integrated? There will be difference on English program as well. There'll be one additional program, which will cost approximately just about $4,000 as well. Students to pay. The minimum deposit for LOA is $13,500. If they go for UTP stage 1, UTP stage 2, or integrated is $13,500. Kindly show Abul's contact details slide. Definitely. I will go back to my first slide where here you go, my contact details. So you can reach me on my WhatsApp. As I said, this South Asian number at this moment, or you can reach me on my email, abul.hasnath@uicc.ca. The turnaround time question, once again, yes, the turnaround time is free. We aim to reply within 3 working days. Maybe we'll get back quicker, but 3 working days is the time. Now, are they eligible for post-study work permit? Yes, when they complete the bachelor degree, it's up to 3 years they can apply. There's a question about 10 plus 3 is accepted, as I previously mentioned. Yes, please submit the application. Our team will assess. We will consider that as well. And as I mentioned, we are very flexible with UICC. We are still working on a lot of entry requirements with university, but one of the things we try to commit that we want to be flexible. We want to accept the students. So if student is eligible, definitely our admission team will get back to you. So please submit the application. There is a question about how long is the whole duration, including UTP stage 2 and 3 years bachelor degree. So it's 4 years. UTP stage 2 is 1 year, 3 semester. And then student directly move to 2nd year, then 3rd year, 4th year, complete the bachelor degree. So which is a total 4 years program, which once again means studying UTP stage 2, student is not losing any time. So student go to 1st year and then complete the bachelor degree, which is total 4 years. Student go to UTP stage 2, complete the bachelor degree is 4 years. So same. So that is very exciting as well for students. The question again, open schooling and distance learning. Open schooling, as I said, yes, it will be considered. Please submit. The National Open Board, yes, please submit. Our admission team will assess it. At this moment, as we said, it will be very much flexible. Is there any application form? Unfortunately, no paper-based application. It's all on our website, Studly. As I mentioned, if you cannot submit as an agent, please submit now the application as direct. We will tag it to you if you have any difficulties. And please let me know what difficulties you have. Here is my email address. Please feel free to reach to me. I will be available and try my best to answer as soon as possible. There's another question, sir. Could you explain the progression to Dillon Business School? Yes, so UTP stage 2, when students complete the UTP stage 2, which is 1 year, 3 semester, when they complete, they can move to the Dillon Business School of Business, which is 2nd year, and the GPA requirement is 2.5. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, I can see some more questions are coming up as well. So 12th grade Indian student in terms of percentage, So once again, the percentage depends on the students where they have completed, which board was this completed, but it's approximately, it's, if I'm not wrong, it's 50%, but it's on our website as well. The next question is, where should we find the appointing of agents and agent change form? Agent change form and appointing agent is same standard Navitas one. If you do not have it, you can feel free to just drop me a line. I will send you those forms, but it is standard. If you have been working for other Canadian colleges, it's same form for UICC. So exciting. So that's one of the flexibility within Navitas. It's more of those information which are more relevant to each other. And also we are very flexible. It's one company, one group. So definitely a lot of things are shared. Same question, is there any application form? No, it's on the website. Where am I from? Very exciting question. I will keep it as one of the questions for my next quiz. So let's find out, where am I from? Thank you very much, whoever asked this question. It's the next quiz question, I guess. So I'm from Bangladesh. At this moment, I'm based in here. However, so as I say, there is another question, where you're from. So I just wanted to explain. Yes, I'm based in South Asia. Many of you know me as regional director in South Asia, in Bangladesh, Nepal, and Bhutan. However, my role is going to change. So that's my new role, new exciting challenges. The next question is, when the co-op will be started? Is it second year or third year? The co-op can start from second year. It depending on the students as well when they're opting for a co-op, but it's from second year, not from UTP stage 2. So after completing UTP stage 2, the co-op can start. The next question I can see, student needs to choose major for the first time to apply, or can they choose when UTP, or I mean, I believe you're asking when completing UTP stage 2. Yes. So after completing UTP stage 2, when they move to second year, then they have to choose the major. So they don't need to choose major when they're applying. So when they're applying, it's business management. So I think that's end of questions. I'm getting more questions about where am I from. As I mentioned, I am here, but that can be our next quiz question as well. And if you're based in South Asia, many of you might know me as regional director for 3 regions, which is Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan. However, my next challenge is UICC. My next journey is started from today. That's all I could say. What is the enrollment requirements? What will be the enrollment requirements? If I'm not wrong, you might asking about the progression. Progression will be 2.5. The enrollment requirement is, of course, they have to fulfill our academic requirements. If we're talking about UTP stage 2, if we're talking about second year, it's 2.5. But it's granted progression if they have the required GPA. Tuition fee mode. I can see another question asking about tuition fee mode. As I say, the tuition fee will be $22,369. However, there is a $2,000 scholarship as well, and the minimum deposit is $13,500. Yes, there is a question about, can you get the recording of the webinar? Sure, I will share the recording link as well. Now I can see one other question is, can we accept the TOEFL and PT home edition is accepted? Unfortunately, no, it needs to be the TOEFL, which is IBT, needs to be that. Okay, there's a very good question as well. What if the CGPA 2.5 is not met? Can students complete bachelor's at UICC itself? No, unfortunately, UICC, we're the pathway college to the university. So of course, after UTP stage 2, they have to move to university. If they do not have required CGPA, they can repeat those modules and improve their CGPA. Sharla, please correct me if I'm wrong. They can repeat those modules and improve CGPA. Am I correct?
Yes, the students will have that opportunity, and we'll be working with the students throughout their time at UICC to make sure they understand. And if they're off track after the first semester, we'll have a support program to support them in getting on track right away. We want to make sure that they stay on the path and the timeline that we've discussed here today.
Thanks, Sharla. The next question is about deposit. Once again, will they need to pay full fee? No, as I say, the minimum deposit is 13,500 for the when they start, so they can start, and after starting, they have to actually when they move to second semester. Before that, they have to pay the balance over there. But as I say, if they get the scholarship, there will be 1,000 will be credited for the second semester. After completing UTP stage 1, student will need to complete UTP stage 2. Yes. After completing UTP stage 1, student will progress on to UTP stage 2. Student will pay tuition fees through Flyware. Yes, the payment options are on our website. Yes, Flyware is there, but still our bank details are also there as well. If they want to go for telegraphic transfer TT, that can be also done. There is a question about post-study work permit after UTP stage or 2. Post-study work permit applicable after completing the bachelor degree. So as I said, UTP stage 1, UTP stage 2, we're the pathway college. So they complete it, they progress to the university, complete the whole bachelor degree. So remember, this is a whole bachelor degree package. They start from UTP stage 1 or 2, then they move. If they start from UTP 2, it's a 4 years program in total. So they will get the full program, the offer for the full program. There is a question about if student completes UTP stage 1 year, 1 or 2, and not willing to continue further, will agent get commission or not? Today, I did not talk much about commission because I know that many of our counselors have also joined. But in terms of commission, yes, if students start UTP stage 1 or 2, they complete it, there will be commission definitely. But I can't talk further. But if you want to talk further about commission, you can feel free to speak to our student recruitment managers on the ground, or you can come back to me as well, email me as well. I can give you some exciting news about commission as well. There is another question about UTP stage 2 is 12 months or 8 months course. UTP stage 2 is 12 months, 1 year. UTP stage 1 is 8 months. Exciting. Any specific requirement for PG or UG? As we are offering only UG program, we have been the specific requirement means, of course, the academic and English requirement student is to fulfill. And if they do not fulfill math requirement, they can still apply. They can sit for the math placement test. There is another question after UTP stage 1, are they progress onto second year or first year of business at the end? After UTP stage 1, which is considered as foundation, 8 months program, UTP stage 1, then they progress to UTP stage 2, which is equivalent to first year of the university. So remember, UTP stage 1, foundation, move to first year, university first year equivalent, which is UTP stage 2. 1 and then 2, and then second year. Now there is another question about who will be the point of contact for India market. Ankita, that's a really good question. Globally, I will be responsible for UICC. However, you have Mukta on the ground, you have Anshuman on the ground as well. Please feel free to reach to all our student recruitment manager. So our North America student recruitment managers, so senior student recruitment managers based on the ground will be your point of contact as well. And also, if you need any specific question about UICC, please feel free to reach to me as well. So our student recruitment managers are very much helpful. They are well trained, well equipped as well. So you can please feel free to reach to them directly. Thank you. There's another question. Students can get credit transfer. If yes, at which stage? So for us, as we have been discussing, we offer UTP stage 2. So it's not credit transfer, but if they have previous qualification, post-study secondary education which is below CGPA 2, our admission team can assess it. But if it is more than that, we have to refer it back to the university, and university will assess it and get back to us. Charlotte, do you want to add anything? Did I miss about credit transfer?
No, I think that's really good. If a student has a prior post-secondary that's under a 2.0 GPA, they're also eligible to come to UICC, which is unique in our UPNA offering. So if you had a student who started in engineering somewhere and it didn't work out, and now they want to go to Calgary and try business, we are a perfect fit for them. So if you have any transcript, please send it through, because I think we're really trying to open the doors for students to find their way forward at Calgary.
Thank you very much. I think there is another question. Are 10 plus 2 or 3-year accepted? 12 plus 2 plus 3-year diploma as well. As I mentioned that, yes, you can submit. Our admission team is working on the assessment. So please submit those applications. They will assess. If we need, we will get the assessment assistance from the university as well. But yes, it is possible. Once again, one of the question is, if students have completed 12 Commerce 2022 IELTS 6, 5-in-1 module, can they eligible? Yes. As I mentioned, I don't know the academic qualification. Of course, we need to see the academic percentage. But in terms of English, yes, our requirement is 5.5 overall. So if student has overall 6, student has fulfilled their English requirement. We do not have specific band requirements, so IELTS 5 is not a problem. If they have 5.5 or over, they are qualified for direct entry. I think we are almost at the end of the question. There are a few questions which is like repeated ones about refund, about turnaround time, about gap policies. So if you have any other specific question, please feel free to reach to me as well. Here is my email address, my contact details. You can reach to me on my WhatsApp. You can reach to me over email as well. Plus, don't forget, we have our experience and lovely student recruitment managers on the ground. We will be able to assist you. They are well-trained. They know all about UICC. They know about Calgary, so they can assist you as well. But also, please feel free to reach to me as well. In terms of presentation slides, yes, we will share the presentation slides. We'll share the recording as well. And also, if you have any questions after that, you can get back. Next step, I will share this the link for the quiz as well. And the next one, I will see where we get the first application from and the first payments from. So one of the exciting moment is, if you are the first one, if you are the counselor who is getting first payment, you will also get additional that merchandise bag as well. So the merchandise bag is waiting for you. Let's see who wins the race. So we need to see the first payment. So let's see. That's one of the really exciting moment will be for you. That can you be the first one getting the payment? Now, there is another question about how is the housing arrangement in Calgary. Now, this is one thing you can go. Student can go to our website, and student can choose the provider from there. We do not have any student accommodation at this moment for UICC, so it needs to be private, or they can choose from home stay as well. But it is very much affordable, don't forget. So we were talking about affordability as well. Yes, Shala?
Sounds good. So I noticed that quite a few questions about deferrals, probably because of concerns about visa delays. Did you want to just cover that? There's about 5 of those.
Sure. So as I say, the deferral will be the same process of any other Canadian institution. If student defer more than 3, like third time, after that, they have to submit the application, the new application, because of study gap justification as well. And yes, they can defer. So as you know, the deferral process is very straightforward. Student needs to complete the deferral form, and student needs to tell us the reason as well. So yes, deferral is accepted.
And did you want to cover the launch scholarship one more time? And that's the last
Absolutely.
question, maybe? Yeah.
Absolutely. That's more exciting. I want to cover it again and again. So the scholarship is $2,000 for every student if they accept before 30th of June. So we have 9 months from now. So which means almost every student will get the scholarship. So this is your opportunity. Submit the application. Student can accept the offer and get the $2,000 scholarship. Now, one other thing is, I know the first semester is September 24. So we all may think that, oh, it's too far away. It's September 24. We may have 11 months. But don't forget, there is a visa delay in few countries as well. So if you do not submit the application now, if your student does not apply for visa now, they may not be able to enroll in September. So I strongly suggest and request all of you, start submitting application, get the student paid as well, accepted the offer, get LOA, apply for visa so that they have ample amount of time to get the visa and enroll in September. Please don't think that it's after 11 months, we have enough time. Being honest, 11 months will go with a blink of eyes if they don't get visa on time. So let's be over there. I am expecting that we need to get more payments and acceptance by March so that we can ensure that those students can join us in September. So I need your support. I need your cooperation over here. As I said, our students, our student recruitment managers are on the ground. They will be able to assist you further, and they will also plan some specific events as well for UICC. And also you will hear more that we are planning some face-to-face launching activities, face-to-face open days as well. I will get back to you. We can do that as well. So if you are seeing that it's very potential in your region, please feel free to reach to me. We will make those events plan as well. Now, in terms of scholarship, it's 2,000 Canadian dollar. So as I was saying, the tuition fees is 22,369 Canadian dollar minus 2,000. So tuition fees will come down to 20,369. The website, uicc.ca. Very straightforward, very simple, uicc.ca. Study gap issue for admission. Once again, there is no set requirement of this many years we can accept or we will reject. If students have study gap, please submit the application with justification. So one of the key things we request all our counselors and partners on the ground, when you submit any application, please make sure you have the gap justification with the application. Otherwise, it gets delayed because you submitted, our admission team gone back to you asking for gap justification. So those create some extra delay. Why not provide the gap justification with the initial application so it will be quicker for our team to assess. So yeah, gap
well, there's quite a few questions about appointing agent change forms.
Thank you, Sarla. So once again, as I was mentioning, the agent change form, what's the policy? So of course, after payment, student cannot change the agent. So it needs to be before payment. Now, if student wants to change the agent, there is an agent changing form, which is standard for all of our Navitas Canada colleges. If you do not have the form, please feel free to just drop me an email, or please feel free to reach to our regional student recruitment managers. They will be also able to give you the form. So yes, it is possible. You just need to complete the form. What is the deposit policy? Once again, the deposit requirement is $13,500, which includes one semester's insurance and the enrollment fees as well, student services fees. The same, I can see another question is, student with HSC 2022, can they apply for September? Yes. So once again, student completed HSC in 2022 or 21 or 20, they can apply. You need to provide us the gap justification so you can submit the application immediately. So in terms of submitting application, once again, is study link. If you cannot find from your agent portal, you can submit as a direct. We will tag it to you. So don't worry. The minimum deposit, once again, 13,500. In terms of backlog and study gap, once again, there is no set requirements. You can submit. We will be able to, our team will be able to assess. In terms of open school, yes, it is not no. So it is yes, you can submit. Our admission team will assess. As we mentioned, that we are very flexible on the entry requirements. You have heard so far, it's very flexible. So you can submit. We will be able to, our admission team will be able to assess it, or if required, we will need to take it to the university for the assessment. The next question is, can we share the assessment first before apply? Sure, you need to check our entry requirement on our website. If you see the student have the standard qualification fulfilling our entry requirements, you then know that whether the student is qualified or not. But if you are not sure, please submit that application. As I mentioned, our admission team will get back to you. That's a very good point. That 24th October is the Dasera holiday in India. Can the quiz be taken another day? Thank you very much for the feedback. This is very, very important. I will once again speak to my team on the ground. If it is holiday, then we may need to move it to 25th, because I want to ensure that all our partners all over the world are accommodated as well. So to everyone, 24th may not be the day. I will get back to you on that email just after this. Thank you very much for that useful feedback for India holiday. I think we are end of our question. So once again, Calgary is the next future for your students, for all of us. And I guess this is one of the opportunities for students living where the living cost is affordable, tuition fees is very much affordable, and also the career is really, really exciting and endless opportunities down there. So to finish, I would like to thank you once again for attending this. And also I would like to start seeing everyone on the race who can submit UICC applications first and how many. So let's work on that. And also don't forget the first payment, the counselor will receive the additional pack of ULethbridge merchandise. So from all of us, from UICC team, thank you very much for joining. Sharla and Livia, any last word, please?
Oh, thank you, everyone. We can't wait to work with you on our new program.
Super excited to work with all of you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you once again. Thanks, Sharla. Thanks, Livia. Thanks, everyone.